Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be looking at yet another airport for our Airport Futures series, and this time, we're heading south of the border to check out another US airport, namely New York's LaGuardia Airport. Long been hailed as one of, if not the worst airport in the United States, LaGuardia's age is definitely showing through its outdated facilities and lack of upkeep. However, with the LaGuardia redevelopment plan well in progress, the airport will be completely renewed in a few short years, and will hopefully shake off the bad image in the process, evolving with the times from what feels like an airport in a third world country to a modern and well-designed airport that can stand strong among the airports in the country. Let's dive into the current situation of the airport and explore the future of LaGuardia Airport. Before we get into the video, we want to give a quick shout out to our newest patrons, Rodney and York Region Transit Fan. Thanks so much for your support. Supporting us on Patreon is the best way to help us keep bringing new content to you guys frequently, and you'll also be able to get sneak peeks and early access to some of our videos, as well as a monthly patron-only livestream. You can also support us by giving a one-time donation, which you can do through our Ko-fi page. And furthermore, we wanted to quickly remind everybody to practice social distancing in this difficult time. Please stay home and keep yourself and your community safe. Alright, time to get back to the main content of the day. LaGuardia Airport has had many different names throughout its 80-year history, from Glenn H. Curtis Airport, North Beach Airport, to New York Municipal Airport LaGuardia Field, and finally LaGuardia Airport in 1953, named after a former New York City mayor who served when the airport was built. A hub for American Airlines and Delta Airlines, the airport is the third busiest airport serving the Big Apple and the 20th busiest in the United States, with more than 31 million passengers traveling to and from the airport in 2019. The most important part of any airport is the runway and taxiway system, as they allow planes to get around and actually carry people to their destinations. Currently, there are 2 runways in operation here at LaGuardia Airport, and they cross to create a corner inside of which the rest of the airport, including the terminals, are located. At the time of the airport's opening, there were actually 4 different runways all at 45 degrees to each other. However, one closed soon after due to its length, and the other was closed in order to make room for expanding the terminals. The airport has left the remaining 2 runways largely unchanged since the 60s, amid criticism from pilots regarding their lengths, often compared to landing on an aircraft carrier combined with the water review right here. Next up, we'll take a look at the terminals of the airport. There are 4 different terminals in the airport, letter named from A to D, and they are connected by bus and walkway connections. Terminal A, or the Marine Air Terminal, is the original terminal for international flights. It's the westernmost terminal, and it's the only terminal not located inside the runways, but on the other side of the western runway. Terminal A used to be quite full, but airlines began to slowly move out and into the other terminals, and at the moment JetBlue remains as the only tenant of Terminal A. Terminal B, also known as the Central Terminal Building, is indeed located at the center of the airport complex, nestled near the intersection of the runways, and it is the largest of all of the terminals. It serves most of the airlines that are actually here at LaGuardia, and it is where the hub for American Airlines is located. With 4 concourses here at Terminal B, it is the subject of a major portion of the expansions here, which we'll cover later in this video. Terminal C and D are the 2 terminals on the east end of the airport, and they are connected together with a 600-foot walkway into a larger hub. These 2 terminals are primarily used by Delta as their hub, with the airline being the management here. In terms of driving access and parking here at LaGuardia, the airport is located right off the Grand Central Parkway, which connects to various other expressways for you to get around the whole city. Short-term parking is located at parkades and lots right next to the terminals, with a cell phone waiting lot near Terminal A, and there's a long-term parking lot on the other side of the parkway that you would need to take a shuttle bus to get to. If you would rather take public transit than to drive, there's a few options to choose from as well. MTA operates regional buses that connect the airport to the Long Island Railroad and the New York Subway, including 2 select bus service BRT light routes and 3 regular bus routes. These buses don't all stop at every terminal though, so you need to be more selective with which bus you take depending on where you're heading. It's certainly not as convenient as having a rail link to the center of the city, especially given the fact that NYC is known for their subways, but it'll do in a pinch. There's also a free shuttle that connects the terminals and the parking lots, so you won't have to worry about getting around the airport. Alright guys, so this is the current situation of LaGuardia Airport's passenger facilities. Many of these are indeed very dated given the airport's age and location, but at least the airport staggers on and serves the passenger population well enough. With complaints and worst airport in the country titles stacking up though, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo finally announced an $8 billion reconstruction plan to completely replace the existing airport in 2015. And this is what we'll be covering in the second part of this video. The most significant new airport project in the whole country in more than 2 decades, the reconstruction project broke ground in 2016 and is slated to be completed by next year, and we'll be taking a look at it section by section from now. As mentioned before, Terminal B is getting a significant portion of the planned reconstruction, especially since it is the largest terminal and it's the most centrally located and convenient. The terminal is getting completely redeveloped, although it is being done in parts so as to not have to shut down the whole terminal. The first part of the new Terminal B, the Eastern Concourse, has already been finished and opened in December of 2018. It includes 18 gates and is almost 250,000 square feet in size, featuring a park area inspired by New York's parks, and a very modern design. The new parking garage for Terminal B is also complete and was opened in early 2017. With 7 levels and more than 1 million square feet of parking area, the parkade contains 3,129 parking spaces, 10 EV charging stations with future provision of up to 600, which we find more than a little disappointing in 2020, and it is connected by a pedestrian walkway to the departures area of Terminal B. Terminal C and D, on the other hand, will also be replaced by a brand new Terminal C to act as Delta's new integrated hub. The new terminal will have 37 gates, and it will feature 4 wider concourses connected to a central lobby and headhouse, more concession space, and dual taxi lanes between concourses for more efficiency. The first part of Terminal C to open is Concourse G, which began operations in October of 2019 with 7 new gates. The next step for Terminal C is to demolish more of the existing terminal to make space for the new one. And finally, the last piece of the terminal renovation puzzle is the Central Hall, which aims to connect Terminal B and C via a large walkway and hall. It will go right over top the new parking garage at Terminal C and connect directly to Terminal B's center hub. Besides all the terminal reconstruction, the other part of the future of LaGuardia Airport that will make it a much more pleasant place to fly in or out at is AirTrain LGA, a 1.5 mile or 2.4 kilometer long people mover that will create a rail link between the airport and the rest of the public transit system. Inspired by AirTrain JFK and AirTrain Newark, the train will make 2 stops on airport grounds, then travel along the Grand Central Parkway to arrive at the Metz Willits Point Station, where passengers will be able to get on the New York Subway 7 trains, and also onto the Long Island Railroad via a passenger bridge. The trip itself will take 6 minutes, and the LIRR will take 20 minutes to travel to Manhattan. Construction will begin sometime this year, which will include a complete rebuild of the Metz Willits Point Station, that may introduce ancillary airport functions at the station such as parking and car rentals, with the scheduled opening date in 2022. The project has unfortunately received a lot of criticism though, particularly from nearby residents worried about disruption, and from critics regarding the indirect route that may not even be an improvement over existing options. Nevertheless, a rail connection will provide much more comfort over the current bus services, and definitely elevates the state of public transit here at LaGuardia. Alright guys, so this is what LaGuardia Airport will look like in just a few years, with the redevelopment plan that started in 2016 making some great progress in inching closer to completion. We can't wait to see the complete transformation and the change in public view that this project will bring, and we're sure this will bring in a whole new wave of love and appreciation for the airport. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and let us know down in the comments what you're most excited for in the future of LGA, and what airports you would like us to cover next in the Airport Future series. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and support us on Patreon and Ko-fi if you would like to help us keep doing what we do. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.